Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Thoughts. I am doing your weekly reading for July. I hope everybody is having a great day and doing well. I am going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Leo out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Please keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Leo, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. Energy for Leo. So you're not really wanting to give up your energy this week. Leo. All right. So Leo, you're starting out here with the Queen of Pentacles. You have the King of Wands and the Six of Cups in the reverse. So I do see you really focusing on yourself, focusing on your money. There's a lot of self-care that's going on here. I do see somebody here that is definitely very focused on their money. You could even have some sort of a side hustle or be starting a business, but you're working hard regardless. I definitely see that. With the King of Wands here, you've stepped into your power, and it's because of this self-care, this groundedness. You're very grounded right now. And I do see that you have stepped into your power, and I feel like you're just elevating your vibration all across the board here. You definitely have a very strong vibration this week, and I do like that. There is a sense here of people listening to you, because you are so grounded. There's a sense here, some of you guys are really focused on your home, your family, children if you have children, but it's just a sense of being very grounded. Your money is looking pretty good, and people are enjoying being around you. You're very charismatic, and I feel like you have an audience of some sort here. With the Six of Cups in the reverse, you are releasing something or someone from your past. And it's your own, investment in self. And it's through your action actions that you're doing this. And you're putting the effort into it. So I'll clarify. I don't know if it's a situation or a person, but there's something here from your past you are letting go of. Now let's see who's in your energy. You have a very strong, grounded energy. It's the energy of somebody's that's saying, look, mind your own business. I'm in my own lane. So you're doing you right now, and you're in your power. Now, the person in your energy has the Ace of Wands, the Chariot in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign. Or let's see, we also have the Seven of Wands. So this is somebody that I can tell you now that they're very passionate about you. There's some sort of a passionate new beginning. And I feel like your stability is what's drawing them here. But this person wants a passionate new beginning. The problem is that they don't know how to go about doing that, how to go about obtaining that. There's a lot of stuck energy here for this person. They don't know which way to go. They want to have some forward movement in their life, but they're basically unable to move forward or unwilling to out of confusion. Now, they also have the Seven of Wands here. So this is somebody who feels like things are stacked against them right now. They feel like there's a lot of people trying to come up, push up against them. They could be arguing with family or friends, or even within their workplace. This is someone who feels like their back is up against the wall, so they're very defensive here. And I do feel like there's just a lot of stuff that they're dealing with. So let's see the energy between Leo and this person. Show me the energy. Thank you. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It's not a balanced situation. Yeah, it's not a balanced situation. They're coming in with passion. You're coming in with stability. Let me see. It could be that financially the two of you are unbalanced. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Nine of Swords reversed and the Five of Swords. So what's affecting the connection? There could be somebody who's bad-mouthing either you or this person. Because I see you minding your business. Like I said, you're in your lane, Leo. You're unconcerned with what anybody has to say. But there's some gossip going on here. There's some talk. And it's causing the person that's in your energy, it's causing them a great amount of concern. And that's part of why they're feeling so defensive and feeling so stuck. I feel like there's someone in their ear. There's someone that is saying stuff to them, and it feels almost like they're deliberately causing problems. And so this person in your energy is stuck due to conflict, due to gossip, due to, listening to, things that other people are saying. So let me see your outcome. But you're unconcerned. You're like, I don't really care. I'm in my lane. Say what you want to say. I don't care. Yeah, let me see. Show me the outcome at the end of the week. Two of Wands. And the Devil. Yeah, this person is dealing with someone or something here that is very toxic. It could be addictions. It could be, because they're very conflicted about, and it's making them almost hostile towards you. But it's, whatever this is, whether it's gossip or whether it's an addiction of some sort, or even just codependency, but there's somebody that's in their ear that's increasing that sense of concern, that sense of, oh my God, what is Leo up to? Leo wants what? But you're over here minding your business. You're unbothered by all of this. You're taking care of your own self. And so I feel like ultimately by the end of the week, you're making plans to release this situation and or release this person because you're seeing the toxicity here. And this person, I don't know, I feel like there's somebody that's interfering. Yeah, and you may even be oblivious to this person, but it's toxic. I feel like this person is very powerfully attracted to you. And I do feel like it's quite a temptation, but this is somebody who may have some sort of toxic energy either around them or that they are demonstrating, and they're not coming out of it by the end of the week. So bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, they're not telling you about this either. This is underlying energy, and it's the energy of somebody who's not communicating everything. They're like leaving things out. They may tell you some, but they don't tell you the full story. And so I feel like there's just things here that you don't know about this person, and that may be what's leading you to kind of release something here. So let's clarify it. Spirit, why is the Queen of Pentacles here for Leo? King of Cups reversed, and there's that Two of Pentacles in reverse. So you have feelings for this person, Leo, but you've made a decision to hold back. You're not just going to go in and to give all your emotions and feelings to this person. You're holding that back. And I do feel like that's probably a good decision because there's some kind of stuff over here that's going on. I also feel like you're doing that because you realize that this isn't balanced, and you're correct. So your intuition is correct. So you're over here taking care of yourself, taking care of your money, taking care of your home and family. And I feel like you do have these feelings, but you're not expressing them. Why is the King of Wands here? So your intuition is telling you that there's something going on here. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and there's that Queen of Pentacles again. very strong energy of you minding your business, staying in your lane, not worrying about what's going on over here. I do feel like this is somebody that at some point you've had an ending with. You have the Ten of Pentacles here in the reverse. It could, you know what it is? You might be thinking this person has family or close friends that's giving them really bad advice. And you may have even at some point tried to tell this person, but they didn't listen to you. They didn't hear you. And so you may have pulled back and said, okay, you're gonna have to learn the hard way. You're gonna have to learn this through loss. Do be careful with your money, because I do see you working very hard right now, Leo, and I see that your money isn't quite where you want it to be. You could be kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul, but you're working very hard, and that is going to rectify itself. There's an indication here for you not to stress too deeply. Just continue with what you're doing as far as your finances. But like I said, I feel like, and for some of you, it's this person's mother is not giving them good advice. It could be the mother or an ex or a baby mama. It looks like it's a female presence in this person's life that is giving them very poor advice here. And it's keeping them stuck. It's keeping them from moving forward. And honestly, it's being done deliberately to cause problems. So I feel like if that is the case for you and that resonates for you, I feel like you may have tried to tell this person that, and they may not be able to hear you. Let me see why this Six of Cups is in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so you do still love this person, but I feel like you feel that you're going to be stuck. If you stay with this person, you feel like you're just going to be stuck in all this turmoil, that things did take a downward turn between the two of you, and you're now getting very choosy about who you give your love to. So I do feel that while you would choose this person, you also are choosing you in this instance, because you're seeing that this is a situation that's not moving forward in a positive direction. So you kind of put the lid down on that cup of love, and you're like, yeah, I do have feelings for you, but I'm not going to share them with you right now. You know, and if I do, I'm sharing them in a limited capacity because you're not moving forward in a positive way. So let's see this person's energy. Show me the why the Ace of Wands is here for the person in Leo's energy. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this person could have had a... well, let me first say they're very overwhelmed. They definitely are very overwhelmed. That's what's making them so defensive. But they may have moved in another direction with someone else, and that did not work out because it was imbalanced. So there's a sense here of karmic justice, but it's put them in a situation, if that was the case, it's put them in a situation where they're now burdened with the problems from a previous relationship that ended. There is some indication, Leo, that this person could be approaching you with passion, but holding back the emotions and feelings. They do have feelings for you. I do see that, but neither of you are really expressing those emotions. And I feel like this is somebody who doesn't like to apologize with this Page of Cups in the reverse. And that's created a lot of problems for this person, not just with you, but in general. So let me see why the Chariot is in reverse for the person in Leo's energy. Why is the Chariot in reverse? Yeah, somebody's causing confusion. Seven of Cups reversed. And the Strength card. This person is trying to work on themselves, and there is somebody that is coming through here that is just basically sabotaging them. And it could be self-sabotage as well. It may not be another party. It could be self-sabotage. So just take it as it resonates, but this person has a lot of confusion, and I feel like they're beginning to run out of options here. And that's causing them to feel like they're at war with everyone and everything. I do feel like they're becoming clearer. I do feel like they're working on themselves. They're starting to gain some clarity here after a long period of confusion, but I still get the feeling that there was somebody here that created confusion for them. For some, like I said, it could be self-sabotage, or it could be even a combination, but it just feels like there's somebody that interfered here and caused this person to feel confused. And now I feel like, and it could even be this person from the past, the new person from the past that things ended with. It doesn't have to be. It could be self-sabotage, like I said, but regardless, they're working on themselves, but they're still stuck. And I do think that you're recognizing that. Let me see why the Seven of Wands is here. They're very defensive, I will tell you that. Yeah, again, stuck energy. Six of Swords reversed. They're unable to move forward because they're not taking action. King of Wands in the reverse. And you know what, Leo? Be careful that this person's not blaming you. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. High Capricorn energy is here. They are focused on you, but this is somebody that I feel like in the past or even currently, this person might be saying, well, I can't move forward because of you. It's your fault. And, you know, they could be basically sabotaging this connection by throwing up those defenses and trying to make this your fault. I see you in your own lane. And instead, the reason this person isn't moving forward is that they're sabotaging themselves, or they're allowing someone else to sabotage the connection. And there's toxic energy that's keeping them from moving forward. And they're not taking the proper actions here. So their back is definitely up against the wall. They have a lot of problems. They are overwhelmed. They're trying to work on themselves, and they're beginning to get clarity, but they're still in toxic energy. So just be aware, and don't let them blame you for their problems either. Let me see, why is the Two of Pentacles in reverse? The Lovers, yeah, they had a choice between you and someone else. I feel like they chose someone else. That ended, and I feel like it ended, it ended badly, and I feel like it was unbalanced. They may have been giving more than they were receiving, but it's karma because that's exactly what they did to you. And so, and also, you feel this person lied to you. You feel like they're currently in this situation where they're not telling you everything. They're not telling you the truth. They could be very argumentative. They don't want to face, you know, things here from the past. And it's either someone that gave back to them what they gave to you, or someone who sabotaged the connection, or both. But they definitely had options here. And now they're realizing they chose the wrong option. I'm also seeing that this is somebody who does feel like you're a soulmate, but you don't feel like they're telling you the truth. And you definitely don't feel like they're bringing you a balanced connection as well. So I feel like for some of you, you are in your own lane, but there are things that you need to be more honest with this person about. You need to tell them how you're feeling, particularly if you feel like they're not giving you a balanced connection. Let me see what's affecting the connection. Some of you feel this person owes you an apology that was never given as well. And I do feel like this is somebody who is very immature in the way that they offer feelings and emotions. All right, we have the Six of Coins. We have the Eight of Coins reversed. Page of Pentacles. And there's that Seven of Wands again. So I feel like you are going to let this person know that you're going to communicate it to them that you want something that's balanced, an equal give and take, that there's not any effort being put into that. I can also see, Leo, that you may feel that you have a lot of people counting on you right now or wanting something particularly financial from you, that you feel like you don't have what it is that they want. So be careful with that. I want you to be careful with your money. Your money is not coming in as quickly as you want, and I do see financial concerns for you. But with regard to this connection, what's happened here is since the ending of this connection, you have really come into your power, and it's through you focusing on yourself. A lot of self-love here, and it's also through you, attending to your work, your job, your money. And so I feel like that has empowered you. It has put you in a higher vibration. So you're over here not even worrying about this person. And I feel like you are going to let this person know, look, I want something balanced. I feel like you shortchanged me in the past. That's why this didn't work out. And I feel like you're expecting them to put the effort into that. I don't see you trying to do their work for them, but you are bringing, you're bringing your portion to the table. And I do feel like you're going to communicate with this person. You may have had a big argument with this person over this in the past, but I do feel like you're going to communicate your needs, and you're going to do it very quietly. You're going to do it very quietly. Now, their reaction is they're going to be very defensive. They're going to be extremely defensive because keep in mind that there is either someone that is in their ear that's sabotaging this and creating that lack of forward movement, or they're self-sabotaging. But they're going to be defensive when you communicate your needs. And I do feel like they know that you're right. They do know that. That's not a secret to them. So they know. They do know. I do feel like this is somebody who at some point was giving their energy to more than one person. And I also feel like, there's been a lack of effort on both sides to bring this connection together and into balance. By the way, you could have somebody new entering your life, and you may meet them through work, particularly if you do have a side hustle of some sort. But there's somebody new that's coming into your energy here. Whether or not you're going to entertain them, I don't know, because I see you kind of really, like I said, staying in your own lane, focusing on your money and your work and yourself. But I do see someone new. All right, so let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo at the end of this week. Knight of Wands reversed. Ten of Swords. And the Three of Coins reversed. Wow. Okay, so I do see a painful ending coming. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you what I do see. I see you choosing to go in another direction because you feel that even though you love this person, they are either very inconsistent or they could even be a player. And I feel like you don't want to be stuck in that situation. So I do feel like ultimately you're going to choose to go in another direction and kind of let this person go, at least for the time being. And I do see that being painful. Now, you do have other options that are here, but I feel like you're really in your own lane right now, and you're not even focusing on that. Some of you won't even see this person. There's somebody new, though, that is interested in you, but I feel like you don't even see them. You're so not worried about, any other connection at this point, or even the possibility of it. There is a sense of you feeling betrayed, though, with regard to this person. And I have to be honest with you, I feel like you are not wrong. This person is in toxic behavior. They are either sabotaging themselves, or there's somebody in their energy that has sabotaged the connection. There's a lack of action. This person is projecting their stuff onto you. They're actually in a very toxic, they're a very toxic energy. So they could be having addictions. And I do feel like it is making them very uncooperative and very defensive. It's like this person works on themselves a little bit and then they fall back into toxicity. So, it's like they take 2 steps forward, 1 step back is what this is looking like. But I feel like that's not your problem, Leo. That's their problem. This is something they have to work out. And I do see them being uncooperative with doing that. And it's going to bring about this painful ending. There's a lack of them taking action towards you. They're very stuck in some toxic behaviors. So it might be better for you to let this person go, at least for the short term. It doesn't mean forever. It just means that this person, they need to take enough steps forward that they can handle, a real relationship. So bottom of the deck is the 4 of Swords. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate to me that you are likely going to be pulling back from this person. There's likely to be a lack of communication, and I feel like you're going to be healing. And I think that's good, because there's a definite, this ending here is a definite sense of betrayal and pain. So, focus on you like you're doing right now, Leo, because I think you're really on the right track. And I also feel like your vibration is really good here overall. Your heart is open. You're very loving here. So I feel like you're doing the right things. You just have to proceed forward. And I see that is not always easy. All right, I'm going to pull from the oracles. We'll see if there's any messages for you. Yeah, you got several. Oh, that one's not. Thank you. All right. So we have, let go. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. And I know that's hard, because I can see that you're not wanting to. It says, no, it's not the right time. So it doesn't mean it won't ever be, but it's saying right now is not the right time. Open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. And there we have it. They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. So right now, just let this person go. Let this person go through whatever it is they need to, so that they can grow and become a better person. And become accountable for the toxic energy that's in their life right now. And just know that if it's meant to be, they will be back soon. All right. I hope that this has been helpful, Leo. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, namaste.